Hi, it's Anika from Living for Later, and today I just wanted to come to address a question that was asked of me today. And the question was, is there a proper posture to assume when you are praying? And I think that this is such a good question because I think sometimes we're traditionally taught that you have to kneel when you're praying. And I think that if we, while kneeling is in order in certain cases, I think we see throughout scriptures different examples of people assuming different postures when they pray. For example, we see Daniel, when he prayed 3 times a day, he was kneeling. You see Jesus at the tomb of Lazarus, he was standing. And even in the Old Testament, we saw after the temple was completed, they were standing and they were praying and giving thanks to God. So I think that we have to be careful not to tell people that there's only one way to pray. I think the importance is not necessarily the posture, the outward posture, but the inward posture. It doesn't make any sense that I'm bowing at the knees, but my heart isn't bowed in submission to God. So I think as opposed to being wrapped up on what it looks like on the outside, we should be more focused on the posture of our heart. Now, I will say that I don't necessarily use the same posture every single time that I pray. For example, if I just am overwhelmed by the presence of God in prayer, I may feel led to just lay out before Him and pray and utter up thanksgiving. Other times I may feel so overwhelmed or burdened by something, and I just bow at the knee, and it's my way of saying, God, please come in and comfort me. There's other times where I'm praying and I could tell that it's a warfare type of prayer, and my movements are more aggressive, and I tend to pace a lot, and my hand is all over the place. And other times I'm offering up thanksgiving in prayer, and again I get to pacing and clapping my hands and moving. And whereas I may have started off on my knees, by the end of the prayer I'm standing up and I'm glorifying God. So it's not uh I wouldn't recommend necessarily saying that there's only one posture to assume to pray, and to not feel like, oh, because I'm laying in the bed, this doesn't really count as real prayer. Again, God is more concerned about the posture of our heart. And I will say, when I teach my children to pray initially, I do encourage them to get on their knees, to clasp their hands, and to close their eyes. And it's more just to help them to focus and to get the idea that we are in prayer, and to keep them from running all over the place. But I try to stress to them that, listen, even if you're not kneeling, that doesn't restrict you from not praying. You can still pray if you're standing, if you're sitting, if you're walking. But that initial point of just getting down on your knees, it's just a sign of submission, if you will, to the Lord. And again, to help them to get focused. But as they mature, they understand that I'm not, you know, bound to prayer only if I'm on my knees. I can pray standing, sitting, running, whatever the case may be. So again, I would say, let's not get caught up in just the outward, but focus more on the inward, and the body language will follow. So hope this helps. You be blessed.